Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, and thank you for joining today's tech training class with Mortgage Coach. My name is Star Johnson. I am one of the facilitators here, co-hosting with my partner,
Tina Bradford.
And this is a platform resembling a Q&A form, open form. So if you're out in the field and working with our software and you have questions, this is the platform to bring those questions, ideas, and also to get quick tips and training. So before we begin, I just want to make sure that everyone can see my screen. I am showing our website that reads the Modern Mortgage Experience. And also to the right of your screen, you will locate a webinar control panel. Now within this control panel, that's how you and I will have our dialogue throughout today's presentation. So if you have any questions, feedback, and or concern, this is the area you need to pose that information. So let's take a second or two to make sure we give everyone an opportunity to join. But let's do a little exercise and type in that question feature what city and state you're from so Tina and I know you can hear us and we can get started. We have Chris. Hello. Thank you so
much.
Welcome. And Ross. Thank you. Patrick from Colorado. We have Texas. Awesome. All right, so it looks like you can find that feature. So I am going to gladly hand over the mic to Tina Bradford.
So first I do have a hand up in the air, Sharon. Not sure if you have a question right away. If you do, just type in that little question area box and we'll be able to get to that question. Jim, your hand is also up. So if you have a question, type it into that question box. Other thing is there's quite a few of you on here, but I have it so I can see all of you on there. If you want to talk, let me know and I will unmute your mic so you can talk with us. But first thing first, is anyone here, have you come to ask a certain question? Is there something that you need to know, a strategy you want to learn, an implementation of certain fees, anything you do need help with? So again, your hand is still raised, Jim. Just wanting to make sure if you do have a question that you type it into the little question box on the right-hand side or ask me to unmute you. Either way is great. So looks like we are not getting any questions yet. So while you guys are thinking, let's go ahead and launch a poll. So one of the great things for me and Star is to be able to know how far along are you in Mortgage Coach. So let me find the question. So you see it, Star? Oh, here we go. So just let us know, are you new to Mortgage Coach? When I'm saying new, I mean, have you built less than 5 presentations? So have you built less than 5 presentations? Answer yes. If you built more than 5, answer no. So this just makes sure that we do know about where our audience is as far as the learning curve. So thank you guys for quickly responding. It looks like, and I'm just going to share the results with you. It looks like 83% of you on here is new. No, we don't want to have the Yeti on. So a lot of newbies on here. So let's start. And Star and I used to host this together all the time, and it's really fun with the two of us because we have totally different personalities, which is fabulous because I can a lot of times jump over onto her. So Star, let's just start off. We have a lot of newbies on the call. Let's go over to the Mortgage Coach and go into the settings a little bit. You want to talk a little bit about the settings?
Sure, I can talk about that. So one of the things I want to mention to those who have created, the question was less than 5 presentations. Mm-hmm. So if you're not as comfortable or still need some work in using the system, there is a Intro to Mortgage Coach class every single Monday at 9
Every Monday?
Every Monday at 9.
Except holidays.
Yes, we are closed on holidays. But we do train every Mondays at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that is a great class that we host. And we walk you through this program step by step to really help you build the foundational knowledge so you can hit the ground running in Mortgage Coach. So as Tina mentioned earlier, when you are logged in to the software, you'll see at the top there is a menu bar. And the settings area is very important. So let's talk about that. So in the settings area here, it is your settings manager. So this is where you would direct a lot of your contact information. So you see Tina's name here is grayed out. It will also be grayed out on your end as well, because the name capturing field also represents some back end system requirements on our end. So you cannot change your first and last name, but if you need to make any changes, newly married, newly divorced, or just have a nickname, you would need to email us at support@mortgagecoach.com. But here, your email is your login name. You want to make sure that your company name is within your settings manager as well. If you have any URLs, and there's a start now address. So if we move further along in today's presentation and we actually show you a presentation, a total cost analysis, a rent versus own, or any type of strategies, you'll notice there will be a start now area. If you have anything in your start now address, let's just say, for example, I copied and pasted this information and I put it in my start now address. When we look at a presentation, you'll see that there will be a green button. So that is a great way in case you want, maybe you're prospecting, maybe you're working up for CRM, maybe you're working with leads, converting leads to customers, and you want them to do maybe a online application. You can say in your video, if you're doing video, to hit the Start Now button. But again, you have your phone numbers here and some basic information like the licensing information for your company and personal. So there's two areas that you have to put in your NMLS number. But if you only need one for personal and the other one is blank, you can feel free to put your title in there, along with your business address. So anytime you make any changes in this white area, always remember to hit save, because if you do not save, the information will not be implemented. And you can see here under images is where you will put your photo. So we have Tina's lovely photo here, your logo, also how you're known, equal housing lender or equal housing opportunity. But make sure your images are within the ideal resolutions here. And if you have any questions about sizing, you can always reach out to us at support@mortgagecoach.com, and we'll definitely help you with any type of sizing requirements that you need.
And if for any reason your headshot is not filling up the white space as well, that is another resizing issue. We can resize that photo for you, either internally in your IT department or here, support@mortgagecoach.com. They can resize it because I have seen quite a few pictures lately that are not filling up that window. So we do want it to fill up the window.
Yeah, make sure the picture that you have saved on your desktop maybe is the same size of the picture that's on your business card. Not your 8x10 big
Not
photos.
my business card.
Yes, not your 8x10 photos, but just make sure you have a reasonable size image when you are uploading. Next here, I want to go right back to contact really quickly. Something important that I don't want to just skim through is in the event you need to change your password within your settings manager, you can also do password management as well here.
So I do want to note why we're talking about passwords.
Yeah.
If you have an iPhone, we have noted since the last update that the iPhone did, special characters cannot be used with an iPhone in your password. It will not let you load up onto your phone or sign in onto your phone. So make sure that if you're an iPhone user, you do not have a special character in your password.
Perfect. So that's if you have the apps downloaded. So I want to have a question. Let's do a brief pause right here. This is a great segue. I want to know from you all on the line, within our suite of apps, we have the Mortgage Coach mobile app, Rate Watch. These are some instrumental pieces to your success with Mortgage Coach. So you can do everything on the go with using your mobile app. So how many of you can use the hand icon, give us a high five, raise your hand, and let us know how many of you currently have the Mortgage Coach mobile app downloaded on your smartphone, whether it is an Android or an iPhone. How many of you currently have the app downloaded?
Thanks, Jimmy, Gary, Julie, Chris, Leo, Lexi, and Patrick, all for raising your hand so promptly.
Thank you so much, guys. And this is a great segue here as well. So now that you have those apps downloaded on your phone, and we're always doing the Sunday selfies, taking pictures, and just doing fun things, or maybe pictures of homes. How many of you are actually using your smartphone to add video to your TCAs, total cost analysis presentations? How many of you are adding video? So give me a high five and raise your hand right there.
Beautiful, Patrick.
Patrick?
Oh, you might be the sole survivor, Patrick.
Yeah, I think so. I think Patrick is our rock star today. What do you think?
So.
I think so. All right. Well, a lot of you are not using video. I can definitely say that video is definitely an intricate part with your learning success, training your customers. It's a platform for you to educate. So you can educate right on the go. You can also educate on the browser as well. But the mobile devices have a higher resolution quality. So it's always great to use your iPhones for that.
Let's check in and see, would you guys rather learn about templates or about recording video? So either one, templates or recording video, either drop it in the question box if you have a preference here, and Star and I will go towards that direction.
Yes, just say video because Tina loves getting on camera.
Tina doesn't even have makeup on today except for lipstick. Really, Star?
Tina loves being on video. So we have templates and then we also have video.
And both.
And
okay,
both.
So let's do this since she threw me under the bus like she normally does. And I invited her kindly. I'm going to have Star talk a bit about the templates because templates are vitally important as a newbie. Templates are that one feature that I guarantee will speed up all of your transactions if you have them set up properly. So take it away, Star.
All right. Thank you. So product templates and fee templates definitely help you as a sales professional when you are developing your total cost analysis presentations. So to do that, remember, you would need to be in your settings area where you can do your contact images, your templates, your report templates, and you can manage any of the account information if you're an individual payer as paying for the monthly membership.
Star, would they see their enterprise templates in there if they're with an enterprise?
If they're with an enterprise, thank you so much, Tina. From an enterprise level, meaning what comprises of an enterprise account? So an enterprise would be, say you work for ABC Mortgage, and ABC Mortgage pays for your membership. You're not paying out of your pocket for your membership. And as an organization, ABC Mortgage, or even down to the branch level, they will have their templates, and what you're building in, what I'm going to show you how to build today is the templates in your account. So you'll be able to see both, and we'll do a quick little tutorial of where you would need to draw in those templates.
But you won't see their templates in the product templates or fee templates in the settings area, right?
Not in the settings area, only when you go to call for them through your presentation. All right, so here, we're in the product template area, and I want to do a new product template. So all I have to do is simply select new. So when you select new, you would need to name your template. Maybe it's a 30-year, a fixed product. Let's say maybe it's at a rate of, I have not pulled any rate sheets today. We're strictly in a training environment. So let's just say that the template is a 30-year fixed at a 4.25% interest rate. So here you will go down through some of the items here, and also I'll show you where these items are called for when you're building as well. But here, is there any upfront premium required? Not on a conventional. I'm going to do a conventional 30-year, but let's say if there was an FHA involved, you would select and pick the upfront premium accordingly to your transaction. So here the rate is 4.25. The term, if you're doing a 30-year, 20-year, 25-year, so 360 for a 30-year. If that particular loan product was a fix, you will select fixed. If it was anything other than a fix, you'll select the appropriate drop down. Interest only months, I don't need that information. Now here's the APR closing costs. There's a way that you can loop in a fee template and add that and combine that with your product template. But I'm just going to do a basic product template and then do a basic fee template so you'll have that understanding before we advance you to show you how to loop the two. So here it is a fixed loan product, no interest only. I'm going to leave the APR information blank. If there was any associated points, you would add that information. Maybe there's 1 point to have.
What if it's a lender credit?
If it's a lender credit, you need to add it in as a negative. So let's say if it's a rebate, you can do negative, let's just say 0.75.
I should turn on the camera so they can see you. Look at me.
Yes, I'm giving her
The look.
a dirty look. Prepaid fees here, if you had any prepaid fees and non-APR closing costs, any seller contribution. And then the monthly reserves, I'm going to show you where to draw in this information as well, but you can also list this on your template. Any down payment requirements. So let's just say ideally, maybe it is a 20% down for this product. And again, if there's not 20% down, 15 and 10, you can change this information accordingly. And then the prepaid. So let's say the prepaid days of interest, maybe it's 10 days. So that is how you would do a fee template. So when you're building, the 5 required items will pretty much drop in there for you by having your product template. Now, how do I save it? I only see a new and a delete. I don't see a save button. So how am I going to save this information? So great question. The way that you would save a product template and a fee template, all you have to do is simply tab into or click into another tab. And then when you go back, here is our information. So that's how you save your fee template, your product template. Now for a fee template, it's the same way. So you can look at any of the fee templates that you have and save that as something else, or you can start new. So when you select new, I'm just going to do test. Okay, Tina?
I probably have one in their test already.
Okay.
So
I'm in Tina's account, so I have to be mindful of that. So I'm going to do test 2. So you will name your fee template, whatever you want. And then if it's state specific, you would select the appropriate state. But if that particular fee template is available for all states, you'll leave the state blank. You'll select OK, and then you'll see that you'll have a blank white space. And how do we fill that white space?
well, I happen to have for you a loan estimate.
You do?
I do. I have it right here.
All right. So she's trying to make me work hard today.
I am.
That's what she's trying to do. But I'm gonna do my own thing.
There you go.
So the nice example that Tina provided for you, it will be the same way if you're working in your organization. You'll look at your fee sheet, your loan cost information, and what you'll do to add a fee, a line item, all you have to do is simply click add a fee. So you'll see some line items drop in there. Now, this may not be the line item that you're looking for. Maybe I'm looking for an appraisal fee. So I can either select the drop down and move the cursor down to find those particular line items, or I can select the first letter within that line item for a quicker search. So let's see, fee appraisal fee right here. Go down one. And then it matches my particular fee sheet. And the same thing, you can just go down to credit report. Let's find a credit report. Let's say if there was a processing fee, we'll hit P for processing and look for the processing fee, and then so forth. If there was an underwriting fee, we'll do the same thing accordingly. So that's how you would bring in your fee line items. Now, depending on your fee sheet to the right, what is the method of paying those fees? Is it a percentage or is it a flat dollar amount? So let's say that the appraisal is $405. Let's just say the credit report is $20. Let's say the processing fee is $450, and let's say the underwriting fee is $650. So once you have those particular fees, then you would suggest to the right, are those fees an APR fee or a non-APR fee? If they are an APR fee, you're going to simply check the box next to that desired fee. If it's a non-APR fee, what you're going to do is leave it blank. Now, let's say if you were doing a fee template for refinance. So we definitely suggest that you do at least 6 or 8 templates. So an FHA, purchase refinance, of USDA purchase refinance, VA, conventional. So that way, if you were doing a refinance and you wanted to add all the fees into the loan, you can check this box down here below if you have several fees, or you could check the boxes individually of the ones you want to add to the loan. Now, you may say to yourself, what is this acronym PPE? The PPE is prepaid escrow. So the prepaid escrow. So if you wanted to add in your hazard information in your fee template, you can do that. But when you bill, there's an area to draw in those monthly costs as well. So this is what I wanted to show you. And if you have a custom fee, maybe the line item you're looking for is not in the drop down. Maybe it's a special fee here from your fee worksheet. You can add a custom fee as well. Name your custom fee, and then you would select OK. And that custom fee will then always be found in your drop down indicator. To save your fee templates, all you have to do is click into another tab and the information is saved for you. So I want to pause here to see if there's any questions on building a product template versus a fee template. It's pretty easy. It's not hard. You just have to do it. If you do anything once, the second time it gets easier. The third time, it's no sweat. The fourth, fifth time, it's a no-brainer. So just try it. And you cannot mess it up. So let's say you're like, oh, I don't need this. I did all the fees wrong. You could either delete each line item of the one that's wrong, or you can delete the whole fee template altogether. Maybe you have some old outdated fees to the fee template to the left that you need to clean up. You can always delete that fee template and product template along the way. So
you also don't have to build each one from scratch. If I knew this 30-year conventional purchase is very similar to my 30-year conventional refi, I'm just going to come down here. I'm going to click Save As, and I'm going to put 30-year conventional refi. Then I'm going to save it by clicking on the OK. What I can do then is I can go in and make those changes to that fee template and have it adjust so I have both of those on there. Also, if you're like me, and this is for those advanced people, maybe you've added 15 of a certain type of fee. So look at my bond fee. I have a bunch of bond fees in here. Now, you have to be really careful of this, because if you delete any of these terms that you put in here and they're already in one of your loan scenarios, it will now take it back and say the first fee, which is the 203K fee, would be the one that comes in there. So if I was to delete this, then that's going to show in the report. So if it is a current scenario you're working on, make sure that you don't delete these. But if you're like me and you have a ton of the same fees, I go in here all the time and check them and delete them out as I go, because I'm just in the training environment, so it doesn't impact me as much.
And I don't know if you guys noticed, but her bond fee, it said it was a custom fee. So that was one of her custom fees that she developed. Another thing I want to bring to your attention is, let's say, for example, you have 5 fee templates that you really work with on a daily basis, and you want those to be at the top of your navigation tree. You can, if you added asterisks in front of the template name, it will always be at the top. So Tina's going to demonstrate that for you. You name your fee template and you put an asterisk in front. All of your items that have an asterisk will be found right at the top of your fee template or your product template. And that's the same thing when you are developing a presentation for customers. Maybe you're doing a marketing presentation. If you put an asterisk in front of anything, it will always rise to the top. So I want to pause here again, a break to see if there's any questions on developing a product template and a fee template. And now we'll go into show you how and where to call for those particular templates. Perfect. So now let's move on to home. Martina, is there something you want to bring up before we move right along?
No, you're fabulous, Star. You're a star.
Thank you, Tina.
She only wants me here because I boost her ego.
Don't listen to her. Please don't. Okay, so let's say it's time to build. It's time to build an actual presentation. You're working with the family, and now you want to create a presentation and loop in those product templates and fee templates that you just created. So whenever you're working with a new family, you're going to start a new client. And remember, when you build a presentation, we make it very simple for you. We provide you with all the key areas. It's highlighted in red with a red asterisk. This lets you know this is where information is needed. So we're going to say our prospect is Tina B, and you can put in the necessary information. All of the black lettering, all of the additional fields are optional. Only the red highlighted areas requires information. So let's just say Tina B is our client here. If you have a great phone number to reach your customer, you can implement that information here if you like. Is your prospect, is Tina your prospect or client? Let's say Tina is my client and she owns. Now, by leaving the radio dial on own, you will produce a TCA, which is a total cost analysis. If you flip the radio dial to rent, that's going to compare the rent amount the customer is paying versus the new products that you select for your customers. So that's considered to be a first-time home buyer, rent versus own presentation. But I want to show you a TCA today. Here's some information if your customer was referred to you by a third-party source, colleague, realtor, or financial planner. And then you have the friendly name. I want to know from the crowd, are any of you using the friendly name, or do you actually know what the friendly name is used for, or what does it mean?
So if you're using the friendly name, raise your hand. If you know what it means, drop it into the little answer or the question area. Let us know what you think that friendly name is for. So Patrick is honest, doesn't use it.
He doesn't use it.
He doesn't.
So let me tell you why it's important to use the friendly name. So let's say I put in...
But Sarah does.
Sarah does. Let me show you what happened. So I have Tina B, and I want to do a purchase for her. So let's say I go out of the presentation. So here's my record for Tina B. If let's say today is a purchase for Tina, Tina is such a savvy borrower. She invests a lot. She buys. I do refinances. I do so much for her. And let's say I need to update a particular record. Now, if I go to view all, hit search, or you can put in search criteria information, but let's say I hit search, and I can see all of my 240 records at a glance. But I'm going to scroll down and look for my Tina B.
It's way down there.
Way down here, Tina B. So let's just say I'm looking for my Tina B. Here she is. So here's my Tina B. By using the friendly name, I want to show Tina. By using a friendly name, it is a descriptor to help you figure out which type of presentation you created for your customer by adding something in that friendly name field. If you don't add a friendly name, all you will have is a timestamp and a date. But what happens if you have several different records and presentations for your customer? Maybe it's a move-up buyer, a purchase, an annual mortgage review, a refinance. You have a returning customer and you do so much for this particular customer with different strategies. You would only see the timestamp and date. So having that friendly name there definitely helps you to stay organized. So see how Tina Bradford had multiple presentations. Maybe it's a purchase, maybe it's a refinance. By not adding the friendly name, you have no idea what type of TCA you created. So that's why the friendly name is important. So let's double click back on Tina B, and I'm going to add a friendly name, and I'm just going to do purchase. So next, I'm going to move forward to the goals.
I do want to cover one thing, Star, before we go there.
Sure.
Can we go back to the home screen? I want to make sure that you guys do know how to put a client underneath their own thing. So I'm going to go back to the Tina. So when you go in here, if I wanted to create another Tina B, I'm going to go in and I'm going to click on this one, and then I'm just going to put copy analysis and either new client, current client. I want it under Tina, so I'm going to leave it under current client and click on OK. Now this is going to be that second. So that's how you're going to be able to stack it under clients that you do repetitious work for. So now you can work on this one.
Patrick says he sees the value. Thank you, Patrick. Okay, so now we're going to move over to the goals here. It is to purchase a new home, advance forward, and the assumption. So we're doing a purchase.
Can we go back and show how to copy again?
Brandon?
For Brandon?
Sure. Take it away, Tina.
Okay, so we're going back into the view all. Type in your client's name. Click on the search button. Find the client that you want to work on. You will open them up by clicking on the caret to the left-hand side. Click on one of their, it can be any one of the analysis you've already done, and hopefully you've put a name on it. For example, this is great when you're doing an annual mortgage review. Do annual mortgage review and then put the date, 2018. And then you come over here to...
Not just yet. You're going to bypass Christmas. It's still 2017.
I'm not going to reach out to Tina till January. That's when her annual mortgage review's up.
Oh, okay.
Then I'm going to click on the copy analysis button. Now, if you have another client that is very similar to Tina's scenario and you want to not have to put everything back in, but maybe in Tina's scenario you used an FHA versus a conventional versus an 80-10-10, and you don't want to rebuild everything back into that new client, you can click on New Client and just adjust and change the little things that are different. But with Tina, we want to make sure we're doing her next annual mortgage review. I'm going to put Current Client and click on OK.
And when you copy from one analysis to the other, this is where you can rename it. What did you say, January of 2018?
Yep.
And then you save. So if you can show them one more time, it should be 2 purchases and an annual mortgage review when you go back.
Let's go back into the home, and now you will see exactly what we are showing you on how to get them stacked underneath one client. So now when I click on Tina, we have a purchase, and an annual mortgage review. So this might be her primary home. This might be a rental home that she bought in, but now she's refinancing one of them. And if you are working with a client with multiple homes, the other aspect I would put in here is I would include the address of that property to help be able to keep it separate so it's fast and easy for you to go back to.
Perfect. So I'm just going to go back to the purchase, the first one. And you see once I click it once, to the right, I'll have some additional details to use. So open the analysis, and it takes us back where we left off. So the goal, purchase a new home. Assumptions, let's just say the house is for $450,000. Now I'm going to advance forward. Affordability, this is an area that you can complete if you want to see some additional details within the wizard as you are moving through, or paint a deeper financial picture for your customer, for as using a tax bracket showing their tax implications and the tax benefits. But I'm going to jump right over to product. So here's where you're going to name your product. So I'm going to do a 30-year. I'm going to do a 30-year fix. Now, remember, I want to bring in a lot of the details. I don't want to fill out the down payment. I don't want to fill out the rate or the term. What I want to do is pull from my product templates that I created in my settings area. How do I do that? Where it says add a product from the template. So I'm going to select the drop down, and I'm going to look for the one that we just created earlier. It was a 30-year with the 4%.
Did we delete it?
Oh, I think I deleted it.
Use the 3.5. Oh no, that one's a down. Do I have just a 30-year in there?
Let's
Yep.
see.
30-year.
30-year
top one.
change?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just say I have my templates in there and I want to call for those templates. So you see here, upfront premium, I can just change this to none. So here is my purchase price that filter from the assumptions. Here's the down payment, 5%. Let's say maybe it's maybe it's 20%. So I can change that easily with a no-brainer from my template. It drops in all the information. The rate, you can always update this. Maybe the rate is a 4.25. The term is there for me and it's a fixed product. So really dropping in your template drops in all the required information regarding the loan parameters. When you're done, you would advance forward, and this is where you would insert your fee template. But on the template that I inserted for Tina, she already had her fees disclosed. If you wanted to make any changes, you would select the closing cost details. If you had a different fee template, this is where you would pull those fee templates from your settings area that you did earlier today. So it's just that easy to call for those fee templates. So I wanted to show you where you would draw those created fee templates.
Can you drop that down again? Now remember we put that asterisk. If this is the one I use the most frequently, or if there's 2 or 3, those are the ones I'm going to put that asterisk on. And that way when I click on here, you can see I have lots of fee templates, but that one I'm using all the time is going to populate right to the top.
So that it is a helpful hint. That way you don't have to look down in the list. It will always be readily available for you. So once you apply that fee template, you'll select add or apply to loan. Then all your information will drop in. If there's any associated points, you can add that. If there's a rebate, like Tina mentioned earlier, you can put it in as a credit or as a negative number. If you want to add that to the loan, you definitely can. Here's your prepaid days of interest. If there's any applicable earnest money, you will add that information as well. Move forward. And what Tina did was loop in her fee template, and also she entered in her monthly costs. So here is the hazard insurance, the property taxes, and here are your reserves. But if you needed to change anything, you can definitely change right here on the fly, making it very easy for you.
And the reason why I was easily able to add in my hazard insurance and property tax is because here in Southern California, standard, we consider hazard insurance is always about 0.35, and most counties it's 1.25 for the property tax. So knowing that area that I work in, I could easily just implement these into my fee templates.
Definitely. And also, too, if there's any changes without going and making changes for everything, it's just a few little edits and that's it.
That's right. If I need to update my loan amount, it's going to automatically update my hazard insurance and property tax.
Right, because she is using a factor versus a whole dollar amount. So anytime you're using a factor, it would automatically change.
So, Star, let's ask, is there any products out there that you guys out in the field use all the time that you have not seen built in Mortgage Coach that you would like Star to build? Star's like, oh no, Tina's throwing me under the bus. This is because you want me on video.
She does that majority of the time. No? Perfect. So let's move on. So here when you move
Star,
on.
can you build me an 80-10-10?
No. So when we move forward,
This is one product.
Oh, I do have one product. So let's do another product. We're doing a 30-year. Let's maybe do a 25-year, or you can do a 20-year. So you can see here, you can pull from another template if you want, or you can change or edit from the first product. So let me show you how to do that. So I'm going to do 30-year, or maybe the down payment is different. Maybe the customer qualifies for one particular product, but with different down payment requirements. So the first one I think was 20% that we added. Maybe this one should be 15%. So here, if I want to pull from another product template, I definitely could, or I can copy from that first product to bring in a lot of those details and do a little bit of editing.
Always use the copy from. It's the easiest.
It is very easy. So when I copy from that first product here, you can see a lot of that detail filtered in for me. Let's say the rate is the same, but the down payment requirement is different. So I want to change the down payment to 15%. tab out, and the system adjusts what the down payment figure should be, also adjusting the base loan amount. When we advance forward, you would see that it also brings over the closing cost details. So if you wanted to make any changes, you'll go into the closing cost detail tab. Maybe there's no points for this one because you're putting 15% down versus 20. So you'll make those small little adjustments. When you advance forward, it will also copy your monthly cost factors. But you can definitely see here that the second product is over that 80% threshold. So I will need some mortgage insurance. So let's say I check my guidelines and it's 0.44%. And the system will calculate what the mortgage insurance premium should be. And then if I'm calling for the same amount of reserves, I would leave that the same. Here are my two products side by side. When I'm done, I'm going to advance forward. Now you can see that I've created two comparable products. You can see that putting the 20% down is more of a savings to increase your cash flow of $264 versus putting 15% down. So here is an area that you can manipulate for as the property appreciation rate. Maybe it's 4% in a certain region. If the customer has short-term and long-term goals, you can move the actual needle here and the presentation will change based on your entry. Maybe the customer is going to live there for 22 years, or maybe they're going to relocate in 9 years. So you can make those adjustments right on the fly. Once you're done, you can hover over to contact. You can put in the contact information. Maybe this is just a prospect and you don't yet have a home.
Please don't put TBD because this is a marketing piece and we want our clients to have nice, warm, fuzzy feelings. So talk to your clients and ask them, if you could move anywhere, what area would you move to? If you feel it's affordable. And then when they tell you, oh, I would move to that Del Sol community, it's beautiful, fabulous, because the next thing I'm going to put in there is your new home in Del Sol. Because I want this client to look at this presentation and see the possibilities and get warm, fuzzy feelings when they look at the presentation.
My customer, Tina B, can't afford Del Sol, so we're going to move to Irvine. So here's an Irvine address. Remember, the property address is the only address that is shown on your TCA presentations, never the mailing address, only the property address. So when you're done, you can hover over presentation, select the report. So you have two reports here. You can see that the two boxes are checked. These are the two presentations that will be shown on your final product. If you had 3 or 4, because you have the ability to build up to 4 presentations side by side. If you did not want to see one of the 3, one of the 4, you can uncheck the box and it will be excluded. But always have a minimum of 2 comparable products so you can have something to compare to.
Using that box is also great if you're doing a refinance and you don't have all the information on the current loan. You simply can remove the current loan from a refinance scenario by unchecking it.
Perfect. And here's your payment notes. So remember, everywhere there's 2 asterisks, the customers will see your tandem payment notes on your presentation. So I'm going to give Tina a second to get ready so she can get on camera and do the mobile device. And I will show you how to do video using your browser.
Okay, let me go over and pull that phone up.
Get ready, guys. You're about to see my client, Tina B.
Yeah, without makeup and, living the life. Viva loca.
It's the organic look.
Is it?
Yes, natural.
I'm actually headed out to Utah today, so I did not dress up.
It's okay. We're all understanding.
Star always looks fabulous.
Okay, so you're going to select presentation. You're going to select your report. We want to see a total cost analysis. Here are our 2 products. Now we want to select preview. So when you select preview, I select this box, notify me when this report is reviewed by my customer. So if you have those apps downloaded, for all of you who raised your hand, not only are you notified via email when your presentation link is reviewed by your customer, but you're also notified through the Mortgage Coach mobile app and also RateWatch. Next is the quote date. So anytime you are quoting rates, always protect yourself and your organization by adding a quote date from the date you reviewed that rate sheet. So once I add my not court date.
Court date. We know where she's going. She's not as nice as I thought she was.
Once I add my quote date, you can also generate your link. So when you generate your link, you can copy and paste this link and put it in an email to your customers. And there is also an area that you can generate the link on the presentation as well. So I'll draw your attention there. But once I generate my link, this is where I can add audio and video. So if you have a built-in camera on your desktop, or maybe a webcam from a secondary webcam from secondary market, and you have those plugged in, this is where those devices will pick up. So if I select add audio and video, here's my final product. So here are my comparable products. You can highlight different graphs and charts that you want to draw your customers' attention to by clicking once to highlight, or any designated field. If you want to highlight an entire column, click once in the product name to highlight the entire column, or you can click once in singular cells to highlight, click a second time to unhighlight, or you'll notice there's a clear all feature on your presentation. So once you click all the areas that you want to draw your customers' attention to, maybe the payment is always a good one to click to draw their attention, maybe the cash to close requirements, whatever you like, whatever you think is feasible for your particular customer. But you'll notice at the bottom there is a record message button. So I'm going to show you the difference. So Tina's going to bring up the presentation.
I wanted to show them how to log in.
Oh, you want to show them?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me bring over the mobile.
So if you've never downloaded Mortgage Coach, this is a great time to do it. And just so you know, everything that you can do in the browser, you can do on the phone as well. We have a Wednesday mobile class that will teach you how to go in and edit on the run, how to do everything on the mobile as well. But when you log in, you might be thinking, I don't know where to log in. All I see is that link. In the upper left-hand corner, the little silhouette of the person, that is your login button. You will place in your credentials, your email and your password that you normally use, and that brings you to this page. I'm going to go into clients. I'm going to click right into Tina B, our new client, and click on total cost analysis, and then I will click on video. Now I have that choice, album or camera. I want camera. So there we are, the no makeup face, but we're going to have Star bring you up on the other one.
So remember when I hit audio and video, and you'll see this record button right here below. So I'm going to hit record message, and here I am. Hello, everyone. I wanted to show you the difference. Tina's
You hid me.
In my camera. I see I hid you. She's going to bring up the actual phone so you can see the difference. So we have some lighting here in the training area, but you can definitely see there's a different quality using the mobile phone when you're using or doing your Sunday selfies versus the actual browser here. So depending on what your preference is. So remember, if you have an aftermarket webcam or a built-in camera in your desktop, this is the area where you can add video from your computer. But if you don't have those tools, remember your cell phone is always the way to go. So you can move it around anywhere in the background. Make sure your background is always clutter-free. Make sure you are somewhere where you don't have not customers, but your colleagues walking behind you. Maybe you have a great atrium, a waterfall, or maybe some type of pictoric type of area that you want to use. So definitely take your cell phone. So I wanted to show you that. Is there any questions on how to add video from the browser or using the mobile phone? So let me know right there in the webinar control panel.
When you are recording video, you'll see when you click the button, it does have the little timer at the top. Keep it under 2 minutes. 1.5 is ideal. 2 minutes and over, you've lost your audience. It's not worth your time to invest more time into it than what your clients are going to pay attention to. Also, when you're a newbie, this is a little secret. Take this little sticky note, take your camera, Put notes on it, little bullet points. What do I want to cover during that presentation? Put it right under here. And then you are ready to be able to do your video. Now, the reason I suggest this is because as a natural habit of a human being is to watch yourself down on the screen. Looking at yourself down on the screen, it looks like you're looking down. It does not look like you're engaged. By covering up your picture, you're actually preventing the distraction. I know a lot of us out there are a little crazy ADHD in the mortgage world because I'm one of them. And we want to make sure that it is the best presentation as possible. Do not record multiple times, 3 times max when you're starting off. You're not a professional videographer. People don't care if you stumble over your words a little bit. It's still going to be just fine when you're done clicking that stop button, clicking on use video. It's always the worst video of me. And then once it's on there, it will upload onto the presentation.
So I don't want to record over Tina's video, but if you wanted to record here, you'll hit the record button. It will, in the top, it will say recording. It'll start flashing. You also have the ability to record audio only. So here I am. It'll start flashing, and this is your moment. So just think of your customers and just speak into the camera, touching those families on the other end of the lens. When you're done, you'll hit the record button once more and hit stop.
The reason why I lifted it up is if you hold it in your hand, you don't have to look down for that mouse when you're done recording. You can just click it. So have that mouse in your hand at that spot so you can start the recording when you're ready to start it and then stop the recording when you're ready to stop it.
One of the other things I want to point out to you is, let's say, for example, you are camera shy. Not everyone likes to get on camera. So let's just say, for example, you're camera shy and you're not ready just yet. You need a little bit more training, or you need a little bit more courage before you get on camera to speak with your customers. You have the option to record audio only. So that way the video version will not pick up. It will only pick up the audio. So that's all your customers will hear, but they won't see anything. So just like leaving a voicemail message.
But I typically do not suggest doing this. And let me tell you why. Again, Mortgage Coach is more than just a loan comparison tool. It is a marketing tool for you out in the market. And if you are not out there showing your face, letting people know who you are, if you don't walk into that local Subway and people recognize you, you're not doing a job with marketing. So make sure that when you do it, go on video. Let people see you. It's the same person they have when they're in person. Look, smile.
So let me know if there's any questions about video. I'm going to go ahead and get off camera now. So thank you everyone for joining. Again, I am Star Johnson, one of the facilitators here, along with my partner, co-host Tina Bradford. So I'm going to go ahead and get off camera, and we're going to try to wrap this up.
So we do want to make sure if there's any questions before we bring this all down, we do want to cover as well if you need help, because Star and I are not available all the time. And if we are not available, we still have people that are available for you all the time.
Before you show them, I want to point out something really quick and really cool.
You go, girl.
So as you notice, when we were building in our presentation here in the wizard, we call this the wizard, you'll see the chevrons right here at the bottom. I'm not sure if you noticed, but there's a support bubble here. So if you're like, I need a question.
That's where I was going.
I know, but I wanted to show the bubble here.
That's what I always show.
Oh, you always show that one? Sorry, I jumped the gun. I want to show you this bubble. So go ahead and take it over.
So there's the support bubble right here at the bottom. You can click on that support bubble. It is a keyword search. Typing in that keyword allows you to be able to see results. Now, if any reason you don't see it down here, it will say either contact us or live chat. So we do have support on here that does go live chat, because I did this the other day, they weren't on. And then the other help button is right up here. But I also want to make sure this is a support just the same way. Keyword search. Calendar is in here, and I won't go through all the classes because you guys can read, but I do want to highlight Tuesdays, Dave does his interviews. They keep you abreast of what is going on in the industry. It's going to make sure that you stay knowledgeable about the industry. And Friday, if you are new, to the mortgage industry. Productivity Mastermind is a great one, even if you've been in the industry for a while, because in here, what you have that capability of doing is interacting not only with Dave and Todd, but you also have that capability of interacting with a lot of 1% loan officers who have volunteered their time to come in here and show you guys what they're doing to become so successful. So those are two that if you feel you have Mortgage Coach down, not much that we can teach you from there, but you need to know the extras, you'll be able to. And Star's pushing down, 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 down. She wants me to highlight this intro class on Monday, so you can come into there. But I also wanted to show a little bit of something special. So if you click on preview, this is actually going to take you into the same view that your clients see. However, we're going to delete that. Down here at the bottom, there is a try new view. So are we ready?
We're ready.
We have removed Flash, and you now have that capability of going into it HTML. And we love Star's picture down here. I'm going to
close that, please.
Yeah, I'm going to close that for you. So here is that format in HTML. Couple of things are really cool on this new format. First off, there's this 3 button. Clicking this 3 button goes from this view here to a stackable view. Again, we're going to close Star over here. She keeps popping up on us. And now it's a stackable view. So go in there, feel free to look at it. You know, that Start Now button is down there for your clients. The disclosure is down there. We also have that share button, which is up here, as well as print. You can print from here as well. So send us feedback. If you have feedback on this new view, let us know what you're thinking. And if you decide, hey, you know what, I'm really comfortable in that old view, let me go on back to that old view, you can click here up at the top and it will take you back into the old view. So looks like I'm spooling, might be an internet issue. So I do want to make sure last minute, any other questions? Star needs to run. Oh, Star wants me to pull my phone over. You want to talk about it, Star?
Yes. So remember I talked about this earlier today.
I covered up your face.
Thank you. I talked about this earlier today. Remember, every time your customer reviews your link, your dynamic link with a video or any type of audio content, as soon as they open it and close it, you're alerted. So you're alerted in the Mortgage Coach mobile app. I wanted to show you this alert because we closed off that presentation. So you'll be alerted right there on the go and also in your Rate Watch notification tool as well. So I just wanted you guys to see that.
So thank you for your time. We do appreciate you joining us. Again, if you have anything that you guys ever need, come into this Thursday class fully loaded with questions and launch them at us. All of us trainers see it kind of like the how much do we know as trainers? Can you fool the trainer kind of meeting? So if you do have questions, please come in and ask us. And also let us know, how did we do today? Did we meet your needs? Or we were just all right.
Thank you, everyone. I hope you have a great rest of your Thursday and see you back here same time next week.
Thank you. Bye-bye.